Beginning of my video. Boom!
Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring Land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer!
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things. It was over in a snap.
We really want it. Alright, we'll be nice.
Only you can be a Patreon.
Oh my gosh!
It's crazy.
You don't need to follow the show to be hyped.
Welcome to Boring Reviews. Just gonna leave it at that. No word after. Nick,
For Boring Land.
Jody.
I can't help myself. I'm like a little child.
So we reacted to like a how to play cricket a couple Tuesdays ago.
Rules of Cricket Explained.
There you go. And we asked if anybody would be interested in learning about baseball. And we had a couple people say yes. So we are going to watch The Rules of Baseball Explained.
And this is from the same channel, Nin, is how I would say it. Nin, maybe. And he did a great job on the cricket video. And so he has a Rules of Baseball Explained, like she said. So we're excited to get into this. It would make a lot of sense to have Gabe in this video. A, StreamYard has some lagging issues, so it's going to be a little easier doing it here. B, I think he would be talking throughout the entire video, trying to explain everything, that you won't be able to listen to it. So, sorry, Gabe. Next time, my friend. Let's get into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would feel inclined to do so.
I like that, inclined.
Nin explains the rules of baseball. Baseball is an American sport and is played with two teams of 40 players in Major League Baseball, with 9 players taken to the field at any one time. The object of the game is for your team to score more runs than the opposing team. To score a run, a player must hit the ball between the foul lines and run across the 3 bases and back to home. A hit outside these lines is classed as a foul ball and the batter is not allowed to run. The essence of the game is between the pitcher of one team against the batter of the other team. As mentioned before, the batter's job is to hit the ball between the foul lines, but the pitcher's job is to get the batter out by throwing into the strike zone. This is an imaginary box that's the width of home plate and roughly between the batter's armpits and knees. If the pitcher throws the ball through this area, it's a strike. If the batter swings and misses any ball, it's also a strike. If the batter hits the ball outside the foul lines, this can be a first or second strike only. And obviously 3 strikes means you're out. A pitch outside this area is called a ball. 4 balls against the batter and he gets to walk to first base. That sounds simple enough, but there are 3 other ways for a team to get you out. Firstly, if the batter hits the ball along the ground, the opposing team can throw the ball to the base he's running to. If the ball beats the batter to the base, he's out. A batter can be tagged out whilst running between the bases. If he hits the ball and the ball is caught in the air by the opposing team, he's also out.
That's a nice catch.
Once
But-
3 outs have been made, their half of the inning is over and the other team gets to bat. Once both teams have batted, this is known as an inning. The game is played over 9 innings. There are no ties in baseball, so if the score is tied after 9 innings, extra innings will be played to determine the winner. Now that's basically it, but there's a few other rules you'll need to understand before playing or going to a game. For example, home run. If a batter hits the ball out of the park between the foul lines, the batter, and anyone else standing on the bases, gets to walk freely around the
all this
bases
is
and
from
back to
one
home.
game.
All runs score. Stealing bases. To help batters move along the bases, some players will try and make a run for the next base. This is a risky gamble as the opposing team will be prepared for this and will try and get you out. If the batter is caught out, he is caught stealing. If a catcher misses or drops the ball, the batter is allowed to try and steal first base. Tagging up. If the ball is caught in the air, any player standing on the bases must start from that base before running to the next one. Ground rule double. If in the rare instance a ball is hit onto the ground between the foul lines and leaves the ballpark, the batter automatically walks to second base. Double
They
play.
didn't have one of that
This
game,
is
so
where a
let's
ball is
pause
hit
right
into
there.
play and the defending team gets 2 outs, usually by way of throwing to one base and then another. Designated hitter. In Major League Baseball, American League teams can opt to have someone
2
bat
leagues,
in
American
place
League
of the
National.
pitcher.
American League
This
one that has
player
a
is known as the
designated
designated hitter, and he usually specialises in hitting the ball and
All
scoring
they do
runs.
is hit.
In the National League, and everywhere else,
There you go.
the pitchers must bat for themselves. There are many other rules not discussed here, but as you watch or play baseball, the rules will become clear. If you found this video at all helpful, please like, share and subscribe. It takes me ages to make one of these things, and good karma is always appreciated. Be sure to follow me on Twitter also, but in the meantime, enjoy baseball.
So you were talking over the designated hitter, and I think people are probably curious because he talked very, very fast
Very
in
fast.
that
I
video.
didn't realize it was only 3 minutes. I thought it was 7 minutes. That
Yeah.
was very fast.
A lot in
Glossed over so many things.
yes, and
And before you get to that, I can see now why so many people that watch our videos are like, you only got a small part of it. You don't understand what's going on because there's just so much when you know the game. And when they go over that quickly, it's like, what? You missed so much.
yes, exactly. And then, so you were saying there are two different leagues. There's the American League and the National League. And then the American League gets a designated hitter. And what a designated hitter is somebody who hits the ball only, but they don't play for the rest of the game.
So let me try to break this down a little bit more. So in Major League Baseball, when we say two leagues, there's not like this Major League Baseball. In Major League Baseball, they've separated all the teams, 32 teams, into two leagues. Okay? And it's all in the United States, okay? But it's two leagues. And that's just how they separate. And each league has 3 divisions. And then to get to the playoffs, you win your division and you have an automatic spot into the playoffs. So that's what we mean by two leagues in Major League Baseball. And they have 2 different rules. It's like different states in a country, they have their own laws that they don't have to follow from a different state's laws.
But then one team from the National League and one team from the American League play each other.
Sometimes
in
they
the
play, it's
playoffs.
called interleague play. Well, they play in the season too. They started that like in 1995, and then now it's more custom where a National League team will play an American League team. And then if that happens, whatever team is the home team, you play by their rules. So designated hitter. So my favorite team, the Padres, they're a National League team. Yankees is Gabe's team. They're an American League team. He has a designated hitter. We do not. But if we play the Yankees in New York, then we would have a designated hitter, which I love because we have an extra batter and we take the pitcher out. Pitchers are the worst batters. They don't even try to learn how to bat. They know they're the worst batters. And so it's such a dumb, old rule in National League, they need to get rid of it. But when it said 40 players, that was the first thing they said, and it was the first thing that kind of drove me crazy. Each team has a 40-man roster, but you can only have, this here's different, it's now 26. Before it was 25 players in the team at one time ready who could play in that game. The other 15 are in the minor leagues, and they're part of that roster. All that is meant, really, is to better protect them contractually. Okay, so that's really what it comes down to. There's a few more things. So each team has 25, now 26. They haven't done it yet because the season got postponed. And you have 9 on the field at one time. Each of those 9 batters, they have a fielding position. So in American League, the pitchers do not bat, so they replace that position in the lineup with a designated hitter.
Yeah. So I personally think you shouldn't have a designated hitter. I don't care if the pitcher sucks at batting. They're playing on the outfield or playing on the field, so they should be the ones that bat and run. And if they suck, they suck.
But I mean, let's get down to it. Runs, offense, typically means more exciting baseball, which means more dollars for baseball. So they have that designated hitter to get more butts in the seats, to sell more tickets, to get more viewers on TV. But it's only a matter of time before the National League goes to the designated hitter. I don't know when it's going to happen. I would love it because honestly, when the thing that's frustrating as a National League fan is when that pitcher goes up, you could have men on base. There's only 3 outs per inning. There's 9 innings. So each team has 27 outs each game, which for cricket fans, like, that's insane. That's way too much. In baseball, it works because it's usually about a 3 to 4 hour game if there's not extra innings.
Okay. 3 to 4 hours could also become like 8 hours very easily.
Very rarely. About 20% of the games go to extra innings, and usually it's done in like the 10th inning.
It is the
But
longest game ever.
to get back to what I was saying, sorry, Kat, love you to death, but your hair's flying everywhere. What I was saying is when you have all of these outs, I lost my train of thought for a second. When you have only a few outs, and you maybe have 2 outs, so if you get one more out, doesn't matter how many are on base or where you hit it, they get that out, innings over, everything gets diminished and taken off. If you have runners on and it's the pitcher's time, the pitcher is only going to get a hit if they're super lucky. So 90% of the time, it's an instant out. It just kills that rally. It drives me insane. And not just that, but you can position your batters differently in the lineup if you take out that pitcher. But I think we're focusing too much on that. That's kind of, a small part, not very interesting. When they were talking about all the different rules, that is where, for someone who's watching this for the first time, learning the rules of baseball, they're like, oh my gosh, there's so many rules. There's so much more rules and there's so much unofficial rules, and there's so much different strategies. This is why, and hopefully this video helps you to better understand a little bit of why baseball is more complex than you think. I think most people think you just hit the ball and run. When you have those foul lines, it makes it incredibly more difficult. It's only 1/3, maybe 1/4 of the entire field is in play. So if you hit that ball and it goes behind you, it's called a foul ball. Doesn't matter how high or far or whatever, it's a foul ball. It doesn't count. If you missed the foul line by just that much and it would have been a home run, but it went outside the foul pole, it's just a strike.
Yeah.
And in baseball, you have 3 strikes and you're out. When you get down to 2 strikes, you can hit as many foul balls as you want. It technically goes down the record books as a strike, but you can't strike out on a foul ball. You can't get out on a foul ball unless they catch the ball in foul territory. So there's some guys who are just specialists at this, and they'll just keep fouling it on purpose until they get the pitch that they know that they can do something with. And so the pitcher will be throwing 10 to 12 to 13 pitches just to get this one guy out. He keeps fouling it off. Eventually, he's going to get frustrated, and he's going to allow something he didn't want to. And that is where those are small nuances that makes baseball very exciting to watch. It's a pity that the season's been postponed. Obviously, we know why. Man, I'm fired up. I love this sport.
Well, and I'm thinking, as you're saying all those pitches, I'm like, yep, and there's 5 minutes and 10 minutes. I mean, sometimes the pitcher sits there and just waits before he throws it. I mean, it's like 2 minutes. He's like, okay, now I'll throw. And you're just like, really? And then sometimes he's like, oh, there's a guy trying to steal base, so I'm going to throw it over to second base. Oh, okay, he went back. I get the ball back.
There are some pitchers that take their time with throwing it. But, I mean, the same argument can be made for anything that someone likes that someone else doesn't. She was watching a show that she's seen before earlier today, and I have watched most of the episodes with her. I don't find it to be that interesting. She's watching this series again, and I can sit there and say there's nothing going on, or that wasn't funny, or you're wasting your time.
But it's a romance.
5 minutes and 5 minutes and 5 minutes. But it's what you love.
It's true.
And for
It's true.
our viewers that love cricket, there's so many parts of the game that we are still learning.
Yeah.
And I know it's frustrating for them, so I appreciate them being patient with us. I hope you're able, not to get a taste of your own medicine in a negative way, but in a positive way, you were able to see this sport maybe in a different light. And hopefully for most of you, you learn a whole lot of stuff because you just knew nothing about baseball. Let us know if there's specific parts of the game you would like us to react to. We will get Gabe on the next one because I know he's going to beat me up for not letting him be on this one.
And he'll be more enthusiastic, I know.
But, I mean, there's just so much more. If you have any questions for us about baseball, go and leave it in the comment section.
I will say it's a fun sport to play.
Oh, yeah. Most sports are a fun sport to play once you know how to play it.
Yes.
But until next time.
Bye.